happening weather-wise. We've got lots of snow coming. But first, before we get to all that, we have some heavy rain moving through right now, Natasha.
Big time, and unfortunately, it's moving over I-5. So if you have any plans on heading north of Vancouver right now, that's where the worst of it is. I'm going to show you that here on radar. Here's KALAMA, pretty close to the area where we're seeing some of the heaviest showers. This is just a little bit north, about 5 miles north of the heaviest band of rain. We had thunderstorms along the coast and lightning strikes. Multiple lightning strikes also close to Cannon Beach, Astoria, and over to the Coast Range. Current conditions in Portland now, it's 47 degrees. We're actually warming up as this warm front moves through. Cold front, that one is coming up next. Now, as we look at radar, multiple lightning strikes now popping up at the south end of the coastline, just adjacent to Eugene. Now let's zoom in a little bit closer to what we're seeing closer to home here. Again, right over I-5 now, just as you're passing that battleground exit and then coming up on La Center, A&A Casino, Ridgefield, and Woodland. This is the worst of it right here. So radar indicated precipitation rates closer to about 6 inches an hour. That's obviously pretty extreme, and we're not going to see this cell sit over here for 1 hour. In fact, it's moving at a pretty fast clip, moving east at about 30 miles per hour. So next up for some heavy rain, that would be La Center here in about 15-20 minutes. Amboy and Yacolt by about 7 o'clock, expecting those heavier showers. That's one of the reasons why we're talking about a winter storm warning for the mountains, because heavy showers here equal heavy snow showers in higher elevations. In fact, that snow level is going to be coming down, but right around our mountain passes is where we're seeing your freezing mark. Here's the big picture. Unstable air mass in place right now, one of the reasons why we're seeing those thunderstorms there popping up along the coast. Don't anticipate any lightning strikes necessarily making their way to the Willamette Valley. Couldn't rule it out completely, but most of this activity is happening, again, right there along the coastline. So let's look at the bigger picture here. In terms of snow, anywhere from 1 to 2 feet of snow is still possible, and this winter storm warning for the Cascades, that has been extended through Sunday night. Now, another thing that we're looking at closely are snow accumulation totals. What could it be? We're still far out enough from event time that these numbers are going to change, but just here's one example. Looking at the Dalles forecast, we know we're expecting snow, yes, low elevation snow, especially in the gorge. So as we take a peek at what we could expect as we get through the second part of the weekend and into next Monday and Tuesday, look at the variation depending on which model you choose to acknowledge. You're looking at totals that could be anywhere from 10 to 15 inches, but then on the low end, you have the NAM, the North American model, showing you, well, between Sunday and Tuesday, accumulations might be closer to about 3 inches. So still a lot of variety that we're seeing, which is one of the reasons why we're not hanging our hat on any one particular number, because a lot could still change for us. It's all about microclimates here, and depending on which neighborhood you're in, your elevation, and your proximity to the gorge is also key. So taking a look here at Saturday night, we're still seeing rain in the valley, mountain snow down to about 2,500 feet. We get to Sunday night into Monday, we bring in colder air from the north. It starts to settle in, but daytime highs will still be above freezing. We're looking at Tuesday into Wednesday being a transition period where our daytime highs will be closer to freezing and those overnight lows perhaps closer to the mid to upper 20s. With that in mind, those are the kind of conditions you need to really hold on to the snow, see the snow fall to the valley floor, and then hold on to what you received. That's also key. So we get to Tuesday early in the morning. We're still seeing warm air here hanging out in the valley. It'll be the outskirts most likely to see the snow right there. Definitely through the gorge, no problem getting snow accumulations there, all the way to places like Corbett. But noticing Salem down to Eugene, still pretty warm right there in that sector. That doesn't mean that you won't see valley snow prior to that. It'll be the overnight hours, early morning, your best chance to see some low elevation snow. Big picture as we move into next Thursday and Friday, we could be, after all that cold air spilling in from the north, we could be getting a warm flux of air, which would, if you move it over, freezing conditions, spell out freezing rain, which is something that none of us want to see. But we are putting out all the possibilities that we're seeing at this point. And Thursday, really Wednesday and Thursday, could be the most turbulent days in terms of traveling, getting around, and rapidly changing conditions.
And as far as snow and ice in our area and stuff, that'll become more in focus as we head into the weekend. on what we can expect early next week.
Yes, and you can expect us to be on Facebook Live constantly from
yeah.
tonight all the way through the weekend.
Yeah, Natasha and the whole weather team, they're going to be here for you the next few days. Thanks, Natasha.
Yeah.